Welcome to the Headlines. I'm Helen Liao. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in today's show, Philippines Tzu Chi volunteers held a free dental clinic at Barangay Do-na I-mel-da in Quezon City. We learn how to eat and shop healthy from green shopper Zhu Huifang and soy sauce maker Li Yuqi in Taiwan. And we investigate the impact of Next Media on Taiwan's media industry over the past 12 years. In the Philippines, every month, Tzu Chi volunteers and TIMA members will hold free dental clinics in different parts of the country. Recently, a free dental clinic was held in Quezon City's Barangay Do-na I-mel-da, helping a total of 120 people.
Sitting in the free clinic waiting area, listening intently for volunteers to call her number, is 61-year-old Marcelita Lumanag of the Philippines. This is the first opportunity she's had to see a dentist in 30 years, and it's a chance that Lumanag doesn't want to miss.
I didn't find out about the last free clinic until it was too late, so this time I lined up at 7 in the morning, and finally I have a chance to get my dental problem looked at.
Before the arrival of Tzu Chi's free dental clinic, Lumanag, the mother of 4, had no hope of going to a dentist as her family's meager income goes towards fulfilling the needs of her family first. Thus, she has endured a toothache for nearly 30 years.
My family doesn't make much money. Whatever we make goes towards the children's needs or tuition, so I have been suffering for many years now.
The Philippines Tzu Chi volunteers and TIMA members hold regular dental clinics in the various communities. This time, they arrived in Quezon City's Do-na I-mel-da. There, free clinic patient Marilyn Talsa has been waiting nearly a decade for a pair of dentures.
I have been without teeth since 2004, and I'm very happy that this time I'm able to get free dentures. The assistance I've received has been more than what I expected.
At the end of the day, 125 patients received treatment, and in helping with tooth extraction, restoration, and other oral hygiene procedures, volunteers are ensuring that patients can now smile with confidence once again.
In China's Fujian province, Xiamen Tzu Chi volunteers visit families of scholarship recipients every 2 months. During a recent home visitation, former scholarship recipient Yang Xing also seized the opportunity to join the volunteers, as she hoped to share her experiences with needy children and encourage them to carry on with their studies.
Here in Fujian's Xiamen, every 2 months, Tzu Chi volunteers carry out home visitations to care for scholarship recipients and their family members.
It is very important to visit the scholarship recipients. We not only care for the students, but also bring warmth to their family members.
Today, volunteers visit 6 households in Xiamen's Tong'an district, bringing not only subsidies, but also much-needed care. Receiving Tzu Chi's help for more than a year, the children of the Shao family look forward to a brighter future.
I don't have many friends, so we are happy to have you by our side. With Tzu Chi volunteers' help, we don't feel so lonely. You are always around to care for us. I will work hard. After I grow up, with my pure heart of devotion, I want to help more needy people.
It is never too early to reciprocate. Former Tzu Chi scholarship recipient Yang Xing also seizes the opportunity to join Tzu Chi's home visitation. She hopes that her personal experience can help the family change for the better.
What children need is parents' love and care so that they can enjoy a healthy childhood. I hope both of you can get on well with each other and leave your resentment behind. Don't make a fuss of everything, just pay attention to your children.
Seeing the less fortunate, scholarship recipients and their parents realize how blessed they are.
Our living situation has been really difficult, but seeing those who are less fortunate, we feel that we are actually quite blessed.
Tzu Chi volunteers' assistance not only helps Mrs. Ye relieve her financial burden, but also gives the Ye family strength to move on.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for caring for us. Thank you very much.
Also in Fujian province, 10 years ago, 40-year-old Zhu Huifang fell from a 2-story high olive tree, leaving him bedridden ever since. Even with the love and care of family and friends, Zhu was not able to come out of his depression. Thankfully, with Tzu Chi volunteers' monthly visit, Zhu is finally letting go of his dark days and looking to a brighter future.
Falling from a 2-story tall olive tree, Tzu Chi of Fujian Province, China, now spends his life on this bed. He relies on 2 sticks to help him with everything.
I can use this one to move my leg, then this leg can go in and then I can easily lie inside. This one is for the door.
40-year-old Zhen has been bedridden for 10 years, although he is self-reliant and has the love and care of families and friends. Until recently, his thoughts for the future were still bleak.
The year that I failed, I stopped talking to people and became a recluse. I simply didn't want to talk.
With the passing of his grandmother and his younger brother in jail, all hope seemed lost for Zhen until Tzu Chi volunteers took an opportunity to visit him.
Daikong is a mild diuretic and relieves constipation. Also, you must listen to Master Zheng Yan's words. She says to eat more vegetables.
Now team of doctors regularly visit Zhen to check on his health, while Tzu Chi volunteers share words of wisdom.
Your visits and talks really make me feel much better. You help me out a lot with things as well. It's really my good luck.
Zhen also now donates to his bamboo coin bank. Looking inside, the bills have been folded into triangles.
My thinking is that if I don't fold them, then I will be unable to put a lot in, but folded, I can stuff more in.
Knowing the joy of giving to others, this care recipient is no longer suffering.
I just want to show my gratitude. That is what is most important.
In Taiwan, following the recent poison starch incidents and the plasticizer added to beverages incidents of 2011, citizens are all wondering what food can we eat safely. Next, we meet green shopper Zhu Huifang and soy sauce maker Li Yuqi, who are trying to tell the general public to slow down and get back to the basics.
These black beans are slowly roasted on low heat for 2 hours before they are placed on a large screen. They are then left out under the sun to dry for an hour. Next, bacteria are sprinkled on the beans, which are then covered with a cloth where they rest for a week, followed by more sun baths and a wash. Each step has to be done right before proceeding to the next step. In summer, the temperature by the stove is easily 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. This is a test on the chef's strength and endurance.
在台北奋斗了20几年，40几岁的时候。
I tried to make it big in Taipei for some 20 years. When I was 40-something, my body finally gave up. I crashed because of fulminant hepatitis. Now, when people eat organic food, they typically splash on a little bit of soy sauce. However, you cannot find one soy sauce out there that doesn't taste funny. I remember the soy sauce of the old days. It was salty but very fragrant.
Nowadays, people want food that can be made and served quickly. Due to the change in people's dining habits, more and more pre-processed foods are available. However, it is up to us as consumers to make sure we are eating safe.
所以你第一个是要减少加工品，再来是食用在地的食物。
First, you must reduce purchasing processed food. Second, choose local ingredients. We try to buy Taiwan rice. My son is now 20 years old, but it all started because of him. When you have a child, you are motivated to find good food because you want the best for the person you love the most in the world. You come to realize that there is something wrong with the food we eat nowadays.
The search for healthy ingredients has not been easy for Zhu Huifang. At first, she blindly purchased expensive imported organic food until she discovered fresh ingredients by local organic farms were available.
当地当季的水果， 它其实几乎是不用化妆就可以来到我们的货架上面。可是
Fruits that are in season do not need much touch-up before they go on display in markets. However, for fruits that have to travel overseas, I feel very sorry for them. They are so tired and seasick from the voyage. From the time they were picked to the time they are served is a very long time, on average no less than a month. Taiwan is truly wonderful. Even in a hypermarket, it is easy to track down organic food, and the price is usually 1/3 less of what we expected to cost.
As Zhu's son eats healthy, he can now differentiate good food from the bad.
他会回来跟你分享说，妈妈，今天我们
My son will share what he eats with me. Once he told me, I went out with my classmates, but I realized they ordered weird food. But don't worry, I just got the salad. Say, for example, in a common steakhouse, he only orders salad because he knows the meat is untouchable. I know I don't have to worry about him dining out. He knows how to protect himself.
Just like Li Yuqi, who returned home more than 10 years ago to make handmade soy sauce. Every new recipe takes a year before any result is seen. As he finally discovered his dream soy sauce, Li also got his family to join him in the cause.
Later, both of my kids identified with the job and came back to join me. So you got to create an environment where they develop an interest so that future generations can have something healthy to eat. Otherwise, everything is just fast food.
Mainly, I want to preserve something like this. It's really a pity if some things vanish from our life. When our customers come and see us toiling and sweating like this, they then finally realize that's how soy sauce is made.
At first, this father and this mother were just searching for healthier food, but their mission now includes preserving the environment for future generations. Their effort will not be in vain, for good habits and good health are the best gifts parents can give to a family.
Quezon City volunteers in Taiwan recently held a vegetarian promotion event at Taoyuan's Poshu Senior High School. Volunteers arrived bright and early to make a delicious vegetarian feast for the school teachers. The goal at the event was to show that vegetarian food is not only healthy for our body, but also good for our Mother Earth.
Here in Taoyuan's Poshu Senior High School, early in the morning, the kitchen is already flooded with Tzu Chi volunteers from nearby Quezon, who are here to show the school's teachers just how tasty vegetarian meals can be.
I know now that the earth is sick, and one of the easiest ways to help is to go vegetarian.
In order to get more to accept vegetarian food, volunteers spend extra time in getting the meals to look and taste just right, instilling each dish with a touch of Tzu Chi's humanitarianism.
We have about 9 tables to serve today, around 100 people. We are here to promote not only vegetarianism, but also Tzu Chi's brand of humanitarianism.
As the dishes arrive at table, everyone digs in. Many teachers express their amazement that the meatless dishes could taste so good.
那你吃素这样你觉得怎么样？跟我分享一下。很好吃啊，还习惯了哈。对，好吃，谢谢。
If I can eat this for 2 weeks, that juice will be gone. It's really the stuff that looks like the meat, delicious, 好吃。
As everyone enjoys the delectable meal, they also know that they are doing their part in protecting our planet.
With a medical center accreditation just around the corner, Taiwan's Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital is gearing up efforts in preparation for the evaluation. To thank the medical staff for their hard work, each day volunteers deliver fruits and snacks to show their care and gratitude.
It's just days away from the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital's medical center accreditation. As medical personnel work tirelessly in preparation for the evaluation, volunteers also take action, safeguarding the well-being of the staff.
We love them and look after them like our own daughters. We want what's best for the hospital, so our nurses may take care of more patients.
Each afternoon, medical staff look forward to their tea time. As volunteers distribute these plates of love to the staff, happiness also finds its way into their hearts.
Thank you for always visiting us, even during your free time. Thank you.
Since May 2nd, from Monday to Friday each week, volunteers prepare 500 portions of noodles for these dedicated medical staff. The volunteers' efforts warm the hearts of these angels in white.
We put our hearts into it, and when we do, it's also a display of respect.
These rations of love have become the driving force behind the medical staff's hard work.
On June 1st of this year, Hong Kong-based Next Media officially sold the group's media outlets in Taiwan. 12 years ago, Next Magazine, which is published by Next Media, was first introduced to members of the public in Taiwan. Very soon, Next Media had expanded its businesses to the newsstand industry and later TV industry. In our next report, let's investigate the impact of Next Media on Taiwan's media landscape over the past 12 years.
When Next Magazine was introduced to the general public in Taiwan, it transformed the magazine market in the country.
The Next Magazine has changed over the years. Now the magazine is thinner and it is easier for our customers at the hair salon to read. Most of our clients are female. The lighter the magazine, the better.
With its flashy covers, every issue of Next Magazine is filled with gossips. Many of the reports have also become popular conversation topics.
On May 31st, 2001, the first Next magazine in Taiwan was published. The hot topic of the first issue focused on the son-in-law of the former presidents and the love life of celebrities. The first issue was a huge success and sold 270,000 copies. Walking inside hypermarkets or convenience stores, one can see stacks of Next magazine displayed in the most eye-catching area. Every week, more than 100,000 copies are sold.
Next Magazine always touches on issues that we wouldn't know otherwise, but it is really hard to tell whether the information given is true or not.
Other than saucy content, this Hong Kong-based publisher has also brought a new trend to Taiwan's media industry.
Since the introduction of Next Media, Taiwan's media industry has changed, and paparazzi culture has appeared in the country.
I think readers' decision makes a big difference for the survival of a magazine. If readers think the contents are not great, then they stop reading it. We hope only good media can be left in Taiwan.
Although Next Media emphasized that it is free from government or corporate influences, its content often violates freedom of press. In less than 2 years, Next Magazine had expanded its business to the newspaper industry. Very soon, Apple Daily was published. Since the introduction of Apple Daily, the newsstand market in Taiwan was no longer shared solely between Liberty Times, United Daily News, and China Times. The old-color Apple Daily can be found in most households. The front page of Apple Daily does not touch on political, economic, or social issues. Instead, it covers local gossip and community news. After gaining a dominant share of Taiwan's media industry, in 2009, Next TV was launched. However, in October of 2012, Next Media decided to sell its entire holding. Since the introduction of Next Media 12 years ago, it has reshaped Taiwan's media landscape. Now, with the exit of the company, it is hoped that Taiwan's media outlets can once again rediscover the true purpose of media. In Zimbabwe, the country's only Taiwanese Tzu Chi volunteer, Zhu Huifang, has raised a troop of 650 local volunteers on his own. Just like his Taiwanese counterparts, Zhu leads his team of volunteers into communities, organizing regular tea gatherings and study groups. At a recent tea gathering, local volunteers shared Tzu Chi's 10 precepts with participants.
Tzu Chi study groups in Zimbabwe usually take place outdoors, with the sky as the roof and grass as seats. The elderly participants always sit in front, and those who have difficulty walking are taken care of by volunteers.
Now they are explaining Tzu Chi's 10 precepts.
Although Buddhism is unfamiliar to local Zimbabweans, they are, however, well acquainted with the name Tzu Chi. As a volunteer explains Tzu Chi's 10 precepts, participants are writing and listening attentively. Over the past 2 years, Tzu Chi volunteer Zhu Huifang has always led local volunteers by example, and today 650 have joined Tzu Chi and are spread across 7 regions in Zimbabwe.
No matter where you are, also can change your life. You are follow the law.
Meanwhile, a local volunteers one-day training seminar is taking place here at the Tzu Chi-built Rangu Elementary School and is attended by some 100 volunteers. The 2 volunteers in charge of the day's meals also make sure that the students attending the afternoon class are fed as well.
It's 2:30 in the afternoon. Some students have afternoon classes. It's their lunchtime now.
Using lunchboxes from Taiwan, Tzu Chi has truly brought positive change to these students' lives.
In Tzu Chi, we teach about the seeds. In Tzu Chi, we teach about love.
Witnessing the positive changes brought by Tzu Chi to the Rangu Elementary School, this local volunteer is encouraging many others to join him in spreading the seeds of love in this country.
Care recipient grandfather Chen lives with his wife in a small house in Tainan City, Taiwan. Their home is filled with garbage and recyclables that have been collected by the senior. Seeing the unlivable environment, his neighbors called Tzu Chi to come and help the couple clean up their home. This is the home of grandfather Chen, currently a Tzu Chi care recipient. Garbage and unused items fill up every nook and cranny of the small house. The senior couple's living conditions have left the neighbors in disbelief, who subsequently turned to Tzu Chi volunteers for help.
They don't have any children and are old now, around 80 and 60 years old. Neither has much strength for this sort of job.
As grandfather Chen's house lies tucked away in a small alley, volunteers form a line as they carry out the mountains of garbage and items that Chen had accumulated over the years. Next, volunteers give everything that is not being thrown out a thorough scrub and disinfecting.
Seeing their condition has made me want to cry.
I still have the strength and energy to help out, so I do as much as I can.
Seeing over 40 volunteers working on their behalf, Chen and his wife feel only gratitude in their hearts.
Thank you all.
It feels great. Thank you.
When the cleaning finally comes to an end, the house looks like new once again, bringing friends and neighbors to tears and allowing Chen and his wife to spend their twilight years in peace and comfort. We go to Malaysia at the end of the show. Kota Kinabalu Tzu Chi volunteers set up a booth at the Li Yuqi morning market to introduce books from Tzu Chi publications to members of the public. Volunteers also seize the chance to encourage them to help those in need by donating money to Tzu Chi's bamboo coin banks. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for watching the headlines. Goodbye.